Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Everybody Loves Tom. We're going to be recapping episode number 9, season 11, Vanderpump Rules. This was a good episode. I mean, a lot of them been really good this season.
Really, really good. Every episode has been awesome, and it's just going to get better and better.
Yeah.
As Andy Cohen keeps saying.
Yes.
And you've seen them all.
Yes, I have. I did have to skim through some of them because I watched them all the day before the reunion. Well, I watched 9 of them the night before the reunion, so I had to skim through some stuff.
Yeah.
But it was really hard. It was really hard
to
like skim through it because I ended up. I'm like, wait, what am I doing? I have to,
Yeah. There's definitely, and I've said this from the beginning. It feels we're building to something much larger than ourselves here.
Yes.
There's something coming.
Much larger than ourselves.
What is coming? Something's happening.
Oh man. So this episode was.
And by the way, Schwartz is coming.
He is.
He'll be on the episode a little bit later with his brother.
So this episode, lot happened. We found out that Schwartz and Scheana had made out in Vegas.
I can't believe that this was kept a secret in this group of friends for this long. Is that really the case?
I guess. I mean, that's very, very uncommon.
Yeah.
In this group of friends. Very uncommon. Normally this would have been found out right after it happened.
Yeah.
I remember that trip. It was for a cheerleading competition that Sheena's sister was in. So this is a long time ago. Her sister was in high school at this point.
Like season 1, you think?
No, this was 3, maybe 3 into 4, something like that. No, I can't remember exactly. I mean, it's been so long. I know Ariana and I were together because we were in Vegas together. But yeah, I did not know about this at the time.
Whoa.
I found out about it, I'd heard about it earlier this year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Crazy. And I guess Lala didn't know about it. Katie didn't know about it.
Yeah. I mean, Katie was not happy, which, I mean, I can understand. I don't think anybody would be thrilled.
Totally.
But yeah, that was strange.
At Hotel Ziggy.
Yeah.
Of all places.
That place is strange. It's always so like, I mean, it's a cool spot for sure. Shout out to Hotel Ziggy. It is a cool spot. But whenever we're there, it's just always so brightly lit, which is a little awkward.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of the. We use a lot of these lights when we perform.
Yes.
The tube lights, and I noticed in the episode they had the tube lights everywhere, and I was wondering.
That was production.
Yeah, production put it up, and I was like, wow, there are like a lot of those. Just the rainbow.
They have the same ones as us. It's the generation prior.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it adds to the vibe, but it lights it up.
I love those
a lot.
Yeah, those lights.
Those lights are
really
insane.
Bright.
They really get very, very bright.
Yeah. Speaking of lights that we have a lot of shows that just got announced on our tour coming up.
Yeah.
This week was actually a pretty cool week. Michael No, who does, he just did the last Beyonce video. He does all the wardrobe for all these stars, like everybody from like Gwen Stefani to Beyonce to Doja Cat to Pink to Ariana Grande to Lil Nas X. I mean, he's done 2 outfits for me. They were amazing. But I did his new campaign because he has a line coming out.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. There was a fashion show. And
it was at Haute?
It was at Haute,
Lance
yeah.
Bass's place?
And his fashion shows are always so crazy. There's like people doing like flips and performances and lots of like drag and like dancers. And because he used to be a dancer. That's one of the reasons why
I know that.
He's so good at what he does is because his clothing, like, some of the pants that I wear that are not made by him. I mean, when I'm trying to get back up on stage, they rip. They split right in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happened a few times.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the best look.
Yeah.
But it was a fun party.
Yeah, it was really cool. They gave me a shout out. Yeah, I posted something on my story actually.
I saw that post. It was great.
Really cool.
Is he going to be releasing more of those?
I think so. Yeah.
That's great. More of like videos and images from the campaign.
Yeah, we basically did we recreated the infamous like dirty Christina Aguilera Rolling Stone like red velvet
Whoa.
shoot that she did.
I love that.
It was just cool. It felt very like Dave Navarro.
Oh, hell yeah. Do you think he'll make you another outfit for the tour?
Yes. And in fact, he just hit me up recently. He wants to start working on that. So.
Whoa. Anything in mind that you want to go with? Because
I want to go a little bit different than the last time.
tell people what you had the last time.
It was I had a maroon suit, kind of like had a large flare leg. I also had a white suit that had a large flare leg.
And it was all
sequence.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a showstopper.
Yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, I want to go a little bit different this time. We'll see. I got some ideas.
I'm excited.
Me too.
And if you want to see it, go get those tickets. They're out right now. We just put the tickets out for Dallas, Texas, the Echo Lounge in May 12th, maybe. And then also for right outside of New Orleans in Jefferson, Louisiana at the Southport Music Hall. We just put those tickets out on sale, but we have a lot of tickets out on sale right now. The Season of Love tour, it's going to be amazing. Our biggest show yet, most electrifying, yeah. I keep saying.
So much love.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of love. A lot. It's going to be amazing. We're working on a lot of stuff for this one that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
A lot of new songs.
Yeah.
We're coming to a lot of new cities.
Places we haven't been, yeah.
A couple that we've been to before, but this is going to be amazing. We're really excited. So get your tickets now. They're selling really fast. So thank you everybody who's bought tickets, and we'll see you out there. So we're really excited.
St. Louis coming
Hawthorn,
back. St. Louis. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's always nice to go back to your hometown. You have like the best family that comes out.
Yeah, man.
They really are so cool.
They really are. I love my family.
They come and support. They are awesome. But yeah, back into the episode. It's always there. It's funny with people, cast members, and there's something about Lala and Schwartz getting together that I always loved to watch, even when they were paired together in Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about them because they have opposite energies. If that makes sense.
Yes.
And but I love that energy together because Schwartz could be a little bit timid, and he's like, but Lala is this like fucking boss ass, lady, and she's not taking any shit. But that mixed with Schwartz, I feel like they're quite the duo together. And I feel like that's why maybe this came out, because when he gets talking with Lala, it's maybe it just came out of him.
Yeah.
And so another part of the episode that I wanted to ask you about was when you were in your room here at the house, and Billy asked you about the house and where you were, I guess, at that time.
Yeah.
And it was that you had sent, well, I'll let you speak to it.
At that point, I had sent a letter of intent to Ariana's lawyer. I sent it to Ariana, who then, I guess, forwarded it to her lawyer. And I had left, correspondence, emails, or whatever, with that email to who to respond back to or whatever, reply all or whatnot. And yeah, at that point I hadn't heard anything. Normally normally when you send some, for instance, I've had correspondence with my lawyers, even with this issue or this situation, and you need some time, so you always just say hey, I received your letter, looking over it now, give me a week or two to blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
That's what people do. Well, it was nothing. It was like crickets.
Radio silence.
So yeah, I just had had been following up. Just talked to her very sheepishly, to make sure that
at Hotel Ziggy.
Yes.
Oh, that was those moments are just so awkward, and hard to watch. But you kind of have to, endure them.
You do. I know that there was a lot of awkwardness there too. I mean, I wasn't aware that was being that the Scheana thing was being talked about. The Scheana and Schwartz thing was being talked about with the girls, but also it was Joe was also freaking out. She ended up leaving obviously early, because those girls, they could be very intimidating. They're walking in there in their outfits and heels and all doing their doing their Taylor Swift "We Got Bad Blood" strut,
Yeah. And you've seen a lot of people come in and out of this group of friends.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard. and we've all seen this from the outside, but people come in and it's not so easy for people to come into this group. I mean, we've even seen season 1.
Yeah.
That was not easy for her to come into this group.
No.
And she finally came in, but even Lala.
Yeah.
And all of them. So I think they should, understand more than anybody that it's not easy to kind of hang out. But obviously, Katie feels like there is a little bit of that bad blood from other stuff that happened in the past with Joe. But still, I think there's a way, at least in my most humble of opinions, to handle that. I don't know. Being a mean girl is not. Is that cool? Is that cool nowadays?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It looks a little juvenile to me.
It looks juvenile, and it's just it's mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. When did like mean become cool?
I don't know. Definitely not these days.
Is it? No. It's not cool. It's not a good look at all. It's kind of lame. And there's just something about Joe and her personality where, because she's not going to come back and she's not like a Lala.
Yeah.
Where if you're mean to Lala, Lala's going to defend herself, fire back. And it's like, boom, we are able to defend myself. And no, Joe is not like that one bit. So she's kind of an easy target. And I think the girls knew that and took advantage of that. And we're, I don't know, making fun of someone kind of behind their back, but to their face. I don't know. Low hanging fruit, as we say sometimes on the show.
Yes, we do.
Another thing on the episode that we saw is Ariana's FaceTime with Anne.
Yeah.
I'm talking with her with some stuff. I don't know if you wanted to go into that a little bit.
Well, it's funny because Anne was actually getting ready for a Taylor Swift concert, and I had actually gotten her those tickets. And I'd also got her because Kyle Chan did the earrings for the Karma video, music video, the long dangly earrings.
Right.
And so I got her the earrings from the Karma video.
Yeah. Didn't mention any of that on the show.
Left that one out.
They left all that on there. Yeah. They really love to put in how much she clean. They act like you have just parties all day and all night, and she's just cleaning.
First of all, let's clear something up right away. And I don't know if I already said this or not. Anne's job, first of all, she does not touch dirty laundry ever. I've had her fold clean clothes out of the dryer before. I've had her, and she does clean up. That is part of her job description. That is something that was explained to her and is explained to any assistant that works for me, that, when you get here, the first thing you do is tidy up. That could be a little, that could be a lot, but that is something that happens. Those are, that's my mess, Ariana's mess, whatever.
Yeah, and also, not to interrupt, and even though I just interrupted you, I used to be an assistant when I worked in TV. So when I was an assistant to writers or executive producers, I did the same thing. Even though my job, that was part of my job, was to clean up their office.
Yeah.
And to tidy up and to do any of that stuff. So it's not crazy for any assistant to clean for their boss.
Yeah.
So
she's not cleaning toilets, not doing anything gross. She does not empty the litter box. She does nothing gross stuff. It's just dishes, area, she tidies up. That's her job description.
Totally.
And, setting up, helping set up for parties, helping clean up after parties. That's in the job description. It's not like I have parties all the time. But when I do, that's there. That's it. I don't think that Anna's currently working for Ariana.
Not that I know of. I don't think she is.
No.
I mean, she's definitely not her assistant right now.
No.
And as of now, the sandwich shop is not open.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this accomplished for Anne, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Anne was great in a lot of ways. Everybody's got their strong suits. She was good in certain ways. Yeah,
no, 100%. And I worked with Anne a fair amount, and she was awesome, and it was great. And I don't know. There's just if Anne was unhappy with what she was doing, I think she should have quit.
Yeah.
And but I think to go kind of, And if you want to,
I think what really hurt me the most about her, the whole situation was, it's like we got through all the hard stuff. You know, this is like on the tail end, and you know, of the heart of the worst of it. You know, because obviously, you know, months prior, it was a lot harder to be my assistant, or like I was going through a lot.
Yeah, of course.
But we were through that. We were through that the storm pretty much, and you know, I think it's like if you're gonna do something like that, you know, maybe like I would never like fire Ann in a public place and yell at her and tell her to like, you're fired or whatever. Like I would never do that. And in the same respect, I would hope that she would, you know, quietly be like, hey, I don't think I want to work, and come to me, versus doing that on national television.
Yeah,
in front of
absolutely.
cameras. It's like pretty, you know what I mean? It's
humiliating. And
it
makes you
is.
look
It was
really
very
bad.
humiliating.
Yeah, and I'm sure there were a lot of good times.
Yeah.
Probably more good times than bad times between you and Ed. And I'm sure there's a lot she appreciates about you. And this certainly didn't show that, I guess. I don't know. Is that crazy of me to say? I don't know. But
I mean,
hey.
Anne was allowed to. She never missed an audition, not one. I always let her off for every single audition. Anytime she would come over here, self-tape.
But hey, we obviously wish her the best of luck.
Yes, I do.
mean-
Anne was great in so many ways, and I wish her the best.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, one thing we failed to mention last
Oh,
week
yeah.
was Jax coming into
Yeah.
Tom Tom.
I know.
That was
We totally forgot to talk about that.
I feel like a lot of that had to do with previous pent-up resentment.
Yeah.
You know, and
You know what that reminded me of? Remember when Jerry Springer, when they'd have somebody on for Jerry Springer, and they'd be like, all right, let's bring out your wife or your ex-boyfriend. And then the person would come out, bah, 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 bah. They'd come out like really, really hot.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. Jax came in so super hot, just like letting it all out, giving you everything. And it just felt like a Jax tornado.
yeah, it was.
Did you know he was coming in?
I did not.
Whoa. Wow. That is
I was
wild.
like, and look, like they edited that shit down for TV, man. It was like a fucking 20 minutes
Oh, God,
of
yeah.
like him just like throwing every internet accusation and headline at me.
Oh, I bet.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was really like the perfect interlude, I guess, to the Valley. 'Cause it went
Yeah.
it was like that into, well, gonna go home to the Valley. It's like when I'm not on the Valley, I'm over the hill screaming at my old friend. You know what I mean? It just really felt like because he like got in the car, went
Yeah.
over the hill,
Well,
going home to
going
my
to the
family life.
Valley.
Yeah, it just was.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what it really truly felt like. But my favorite part of this story is that you guys are in such a better place now. Tell
Yes,
us about
we
where
are.
you are now.
Yes, I was just at Jax's for that premiere. Actually, went over there.
Yeah.
We were singing karaoke together. Yeah, me and Jax are in a much better place, better than we've probably been in a long time. And I feel like it's also in a more realistic place too. You know, like Jax and I have, you know, we're in different places in life. We have different lifestyles, and we're very like, what do I want to say? Aware of that. You know what I mean? Like,
That's great.
but we're still cool. We have fun, and you know, it's great.
Totally. Do you feel like maybe in the past you were not as aware of that, and maybe that's where some friction came up?
I think it was like, yes. I think that maybe we were just not, you know, we were around each other, you know, obviously we're filming and stuff like that, but like there was a lot of like underlying like tension sometimes.
Yeah.
And Schwartz was kind of the glue that sort of held us together in a lot of ways. I can't believe, though, in that episode that Schwartz thought that we were just going to, like, fucking come in and be like, yeah.
Hey, buddy.
I mean, I had always been nice to Jax. Every time I saw him, like, I would always pay him compliments. I would always be nice. I kept it pretty surface level, but I was always nice and
Yeah,
polite.
I gotta say, I witnessed it. Remember when you and I went? This is a long time ago. This is like a year and a half ago when we were in Newport, and we went to like his friend's house. There was that,
I
like,
was
party,
really
and we saw Jax there, and we walked over and you said hello, and you were so nice, and he was nice back, but it was very short.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. But I'm so happy you guys are in such a better place now. I loved watching the video. I saw it on TikTok of you guys doing karaoke together. We're doing some In Sync.
Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys. Damn it. You are my fire. That one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That was really, really great. Yeah, I'm loving it. And I feel like is Jax now one of your go-to karaoke spots?
Yeah. Yeah. I do actually like going there.
That's
It's
great.
fun. Yeah, guys, check out Jax's. I think they have it on Mondays and Tuesdays. And in fact, if you want to do a nice little crawl, what you can do is you can watch Vanderpump Rules at Schwartz and Sandy's, and then you can watch The Valley at Jax's, and then do karaoke afterwards.
Hell
It's
yeah.
it's a
I
good
love
little
that.
crawl.
Whoa.
That's kind of what like I did last week, and I think I might do it this week as well.
Nice. Yeah, you see freaking everybody over
And
there.
it's great because I can go to Schwartz and Sandy's, and then like I live in the Valley, so it's like
Yeah.
on my way back I
You're
stop
super
at
close.
Jax's. Yeah, it's so close.
Wow. I haven't been yet, but I want to go so bad. I went to Rocco's, which is right next door.
Yes.
And I tried to go to Jack's, but I guess they weren't open that night.
Yeah.
But I've been meaning to go. Maybe I'll go next time you go. So when you were at Jax's, I think at the Valley premiere, you ran into somebody else because I saw on
I
TikTok.
ran into a lot of people.
You
There
ran
were
into
like, I knew like 40 people there.
Whoa. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
In the universe, the Bravo universe, but somebody who I was kind of not surprised he was there, but shocked that there was some interaction was you and Jeremy Maddox around his brother.
Yeah.
And I saw on TikTok that you guys kind of hugged it out a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
How did that go?
This is the second time I've run into Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, maybe the third time. I think the first time was on Halloween, and it was kind of like a nod from across the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I saw him, some other time, not too long ago, and we talked a little bit and whatever, and just kind of like, hey man, miss you, dude. And like, me and Jeremy were pretty close. Like, I never had a little brother, and I got my little brother fix with Jeremy.
Yeah.
I really looked out for him. I in a lot of ways, and I was happy to do it. It was very fulfilling to me, and I think Jeremy's a good guy, and I see a lot of similarities in things, ways that I am and that he is, and yeah, it's just he's like he's like my little brother.
Yeah.
And obviously the way everything went down, it was not. There was a lot of people that were like not allowed to talk to me, and I fully understand. But it was really nice to see him and to be able to talk to him and to be able to, just shoot the shit. Yeah, and
Yeah, because apparently somebody who has a Vanderpump podcast asked you some questions, and then went over to Jeremy and then asked him some questions, but specifically about the interaction between you and Jeremy.
Are you talking about Craig McNeil?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I also hadn't seen Craig in forever.
Yes, because I think you were like, oh, hey, Craig, what's up? I haven't seen you in forever. I think you literally said those words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Craig McNeil and his podcast. Check it out.
Yeah, 100%. But he then talked to Jeremy and asked, like, oh, what was that about? How did that go? Because I guess people didn't know how that interaction would go. And then they saw you guys hugging and figured, I guess it went well. And Jeremy at first said, I plead the fifth, like, you'll have to ask my lawyer. And then kind of, you can go back and listen to it, but said something to the effect of, we have some history, kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
I lived with them for a while. And when I first came to LA, he helped me out a lot. And
yeah, it was actually my idea to have Jeremy live with us, when we lived in the apartment for him to save money. And then I fought to keep that apartment because Jeremy got grandfathered into it, so he could have that apartment.
Oh, the one you guys had in
rent
West Hollywood.
control. Yes.
Yeah.
And so he lived in that apartment for quite a while by himself. And during COVID, you know, I was able through like Cameo and other things to like make some money, and you know, I helped pay the rent there, and you know, just you do what you can, you know, like
Yeah, for
I
sure.
considered Jeremy family, you know, so
Totally. And I guess he said something like, we'll see how, you know, pertaining to how angry Ariana would be about that interaction. We'll see when I hear from her, but I haven't heard from her in months. I guess Jeremy saying that he hadn't heard from Ariana in a long time.
Damn. I would assume and would not be mad if Jeremy had kind of gone the other way and said something like, yeah, whatever, like, Tom, you know, like, I'm just saying hi. I don't want to, like, be a dick.
Yeah.
We're out. Like, I don't want to be a dick. Like, I wouldn't be mad at that. I know other people that do that because I
Yeah.
understand, like, they don't want to get
And if that's
backlash.
if that's the truth, then sure. But if you're just saying that because you don't want to look a certain way, then you're just being phony. But I kind of appreciate his honesty in a lot of ways, and there's something to that. But yeah, I don't know. That's just getting a lot of pickup on the old TikTok.
Wow.
But when I saw that, I wanted to ask you about that interaction because I didn't even know. I know you had seen him.
Great. It's always great
Halloween.
seeing him.
Yeah, I mean, I remember we'd see him a lot. I mean, when I would hang out with you, he'd be around all the time. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Remember we saw My Chemical Romance together.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
Hell yeah.
Just such a fan.
Okay, guys, we are back, and we have a very special guest this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, Bert Schwartz.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Rob Schweese in the house.
Yes.
A living miracle.
Yeah.
We're celebrating his new lease on life 2.0, life after death. I mean, it's a miracle that you're sitting here next to me, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I'm very blessed.
Yeah, man. First of all, hi. I love you. And I'm so fucking happy that you're just sitting here next to me right now.
You too. I love you,
Because
brother.
8 months ago, you know, I was on the phone with multiple physicians, nurses, all of our family, and, you know, they had given you less than 3 months to live. You were stamped hospice, and I never lost hope, but as far as the doctors were concerned, it was only a matter of time before you were 6 feet under, yeah?
Yeah, it was kind of a surreal experience. When doctors or nurses tell you that straight to your face, it's gonna more of a stun feeling. It doesn't hit you. Someone tells you you're gonna die straight to your face.
Yeah.
So,
we by the way, we just got back from Malibu. We went to Duke's. It was gorgeous. Listening to the waves.
And just to clear things up, you had acute liver failure.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, he had cirrhosis and acute liver failure, like severe jaundice. And the reason I brought up Malibu is because we were cruising and we were just reminiscing and reflecting on how insane the past few years have been with my family. And he was talking about how jarring it is when someone, like a doctor, comes to you calmly and deliberately, but firmly tells you you're not going to make it. And these are the reasons why. And it's just like all of a sudden, it's almost like you get everything just goes blank. You were telling me, you just kind of
Yeah, it's
went
it's
numb. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a point to where you at that stage of it, you don't really know how to accept it because it's not really a reality when someone tells you that you aren't going to live. So to me, in my experience personally, I never took it that way because I knew I was blessed and I knew that I was going to live a long, good life. So I looked at it positive and I looked at it that way. So it's weird to say this, but I was never really that nervous. I always had God looking out for me, and I just I had good faith. I always have good faith. I do my prayers every morning and night, and I have a good heart, good family.
Yeah,
and,
I never lost hope. I never lost conviction, but it did waver. Because when medical professionals have been doing this their whole lives, that's what they've trained 8 years of education for. It's like, they've devoted their whole life to this. And when their expert opinion, their prognosis is that, you have 3 to 6 months to live and there's nothing they can do without a miracle organ transplant. It's fucking traumatizing.
Which
Yeah,
which you got.
I
Got
did.
that. Yeah, you got
Yes.
it. And was this? And is this because you had a rare blood type, from what I understand?
No, the story is I actually had my blood type was actually very compatible, so I got lucky. I got my blood type actually made it so where I could find another liver much more quickly. I was at the top of the list,
Yeah.
so I could find someone and could relate to that. So it only took. The story is I had to go through 2 livers first that didn't match my size for my body, and then the third one was the charm. That third one
Third
worked.
time's the charm. I told
Yeah.
you. I had a feeling when I was with you in the hospital because you were starting. You never lost hope.
No,
but I could see you were a little despondent, and I could see in your eyes, and it's like like each day you could felt like the sand dripping through the hour. Like you felt like you didn't have that much time to live, and it's fucking terrifying. Each day that goes by feels like an eternity. I imagine when you're waiting on your new lease on life.
Yeah, I call it. Well, I like to call it my second chance at life. But yes,
Yeah.
it is a new lease or a rebirth, as you could say. But yeah, I know I'm very thankful for the for all my doctors and nurses and the family around me because some people some will talk about the very scary side of it and the thinking negative, but I never did. I was my thought was always that I have to go through this. I'm very strong and I'm going to make it, but I'll just go through this process. And then I started healing, which I'm at
It's been 7 months.
yeah, I'm at 7 months. April 1st is coming up. I'll be at 8 months. So I'm getting more towards a year. I just had my 7 month checkup. So I'm doing well and I'm
Bert's
very
doing
thankful.
great. Bert, this would be a great time to give a shout out to Dr. Baber if you ever see this out of South Carolina, because when everyone pretty much had given up on Bert, he came through like a guardian angel. And I don't know, he said he just saw something in you. He saw a spark. And he was the one that gave us the extra push needed to get you into Oshner. So, he's your guardian angel. Shout out to Dr. Baber and also Oshner,
Yeah, sure.
one of the best medical facilities in all of the country. They saved your life. All the nurses and doctors. Karen, love
Yes,
you.
yes, thank you, Karen.
Everybody rallied around Bert.
And thank you. Yes, thank you, Dr. Baber. You were. I remember you telling me when you were in the room, and you always came in with a good spirit and said, "I also have 3 brothers. I'm not going to let you down." So that meant a lot to me.
And by the way, if you guys are watching this, you're like, who the fuck is this guy? This is my brother. It's one of the triplets.
Yes.
It's one
Yeah,
of the
so-
triplets. Brandon and Billy couldn't make it out here. And this is your, you just had your birthday a few days ago. This is your
I did.
rebirth.
Birthday.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Your
Thank you.
rebirth day.
It is.
Yeah.
I've had, and it's been a lot of fun. I just turned 38, so still got a couple years till 40, but who knows? I might live till 100. You never know.
I like
But,
it. I like that. By the way, it's a little hot. I wanted to wear this because I was jealous. Tom was rocking this at Michael
I
Knows.
wasn't actually. Victoria was rocking that.
Yeah.
In her Y2K look, which, by the way, it might have been one of my favorite looks on her ever. I mean, I was just like,
That was a total slay.
oh my god,
You
dude.
guys slayed.
We I helped pick out her hairstyle, her eye makeup.
Yeah.
Like this one, I'm not normally. When it comes to guys' fashion, it's one thing. Girls' fashion is whatever. But I remember Y2K.
Yeah, we lived it.
The way the girls looked so well, so vividly, and I was like, you got to do the spiky hair and crazy hair in the back, the bangs coming down, the light blue eyeshadow.
She was rocking the Mandy Moore, I'm missing you like candy hair.
or Victoria Beckham Spice Girls look.
By the way, as you were saying that, I just remembered I've been rocking this hat because it's from our friend Ian Charms.
Yeah.
And it's like, I like the aesthetic of it, but it's so sassy for no reason. It says, I'm sorry I acted so crazy while you treated me like shit. It's so not but people keep complimenting on me and they're like, what does it say? And then I have to tell them. And I'm like, sheepishly, I read it to them.
You got to be kind of close up to read it.
I mean, shout out to Ian Charms. They're very Y2K.
Yeah.
You know?
By the way, was that a crude transition? We went from talking about the miracle that is you being here right now
No,
and how
it's
grateful
not
we
rude.
are for all the medical professionals that assisted you along the way.
Yes.
And
I call this mocktail Happiness.
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 How about-
in your household? What? Happy.
This is a
You need
beautiful
happiness
moment.
in your household.
You're tarnishing a beautiful moment here.
It's
It's made with it's made with ginger. It's made with pineapple, lemon. I think there's some turmeric in there.
Yeah. There's beet in here too.
Yes, there's some beet juice.
Bert, delicious.
Yes.
But yeah, man, I just like having you out here right now. Every moment, I've been savoring every moment I have with you, just knowing how
sorry.
close you were to not making it, brother. And I know you're full of gratitude, and you're committed to staying healthy and sober. And we kind of took you on a Vander crawl, but before we did, I was reluctant. I got to be honest, because I was like, is this a responsible thing to do? I don't want to be an enabler. I don't want to put you in an environment that might trigger you. And you just very calmly said, brother, I'm in such a great place. It's not even a concern.
Yeah. No,
I have no desire to ever go back. I'm speaking for you. I'll let you tell it. But anyways, you. I can see that you've changed something. I imagine when you're on the brink of death, it scares you straight, and it kind of rewires your brain. And it's just, I love seeing where you're at right now, man. You've come such a long way, and it's only the beginning.
Yeah, it is. I got a lot more stuff to do in my life. I've already, thought about a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff to come. And the truth is, I've, with some friends, I could go on for this subject for hours if I could, but I've just touch a few topics. Let's see, basically, the topic about what he was saying, when the doctors at the hospital, when I was, this is after they got the third liver for my transplant, and I found out that was the one they were putting in, and whatnot, and I had a lot of people ask me a lot, even the nurses, because they switch nurses every morning and night, and are you scared? I remember saying, I always said, no, I'm not scared. Let's just go on with the day, and I just felt normal, and I went on with it like it was just another day, and then I knew I'd be out of the hospital soon, and was just focusing on one day at a time.
You were courageous. I gotta say, you were courageous. You had such a strong conviction, and yeah, man, your positivity was infectious. It really was, and the nurses would, they would pull me aside and tell me the severity of your situation, but also acknowledge and admire your enthusiasm and your optimism and your dedication to like just turning your life around. Should you get the opportunity to live, and you did. Yes. And you're here and you're doing it. We're going on a living spree, baby.
Yes, we are.
LIVIN. We've been having such a great time, and I just feel like, yeah, man, it's so nice just to be chilling here with you right now. Because it's like, hey, I've talked a lot about it on the show. With respect to your privacy, this is something you said you're comfortable talking about.
Yes.
We're not in the business of exploiting someone who just went through something very vulnerable. But you said you wanted to talk about this, raise some awareness. And, yeah, dog.
Because I also have a few friends that I talked to as well that had went through transplants as well, and they actually have a very, very similar story to mine, and it's refreshing. Talked about with someone that can relate to almost every aspect of from the first month to the 8th month. I call it a journey. It's a journey, but it has its ups and downs. But as long as if anyone is facing this or going through this, it's one day at a time, and as long as you take your medication and always stay positive and have good faith, and I always say good heart too, and stay strong, never give up, and I promise you will make it through it.
Let's go. It's like and I saw your slow descent into having your life kind of consumed by alcohol, and dude, it was fucking intense, man. It's intense. We don't have to get into that, but we can cut that part out. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but
no. I'll say people. I'll say people have seen me. A lot of people, including my older brother here, and a lot of people have seen me at my worst, and but now they see me at my best. So that's the turnaround is very grateful and rewarding. So I'm just high on life.
Hey, Bert, you know what? You can't climb a mountain if it's smooth.
No.
Right?
It's going to be a rocky road.
Glow stick doesn't grow unless you break it.
No, but it's a beautiful thing.
Sorry.
No, it makes everything else in life, everything you do that people might just consider normal. I consider it to be I enjoy every day, and now that I'm very extremely focused and sober, and I don't drink or do any drugs or anything. I'm very healthy. I exercise, and I've noticed the change in my kind of the wiring in my brain too. I reflect on life a lot differently and see things a different way. It's very interesting, and it's very enjoyable.
Bert with the introspection.
It is.
I like it, man.
Isn't it great? Like, what, like the different, I mean, I didn't drink for like, a little over 8 months. And I noticed a little bit like priorities and things sort of changed. And working out was one thing that really gave me a lot of joy and really sort of, release those endorphins, get that serotonin, that dopamine going. I highly encourage, and I'm sure you know this, like for everybody to, work out, be physical, get the blood flowing, get the heart rate up. It really does make a huge difference in your mood, your overall like happiness in life.
Yeah,
I think it makes a huge difference.
It does. He's still healing, so he can't do he can walk. He can do casual exercises, get the blood flowing, but he can't do any strenuous hiking or running.
Yeah.
But you're getting there.
Well,
right?
I mean, I'm fine physically. I can do basically anything, but I'm still taking it easy on major things, because any major fall or whatnot, I'm still fragile, and my any little thing could really disrupt what happened in my surgery. So
his regimen was so
cautious.
intense. Because he had to, he had to stay. I got him short-term living next to the hospital and set it up, pimped it out a little bit.
Yeah, that was
but his medicine regimen is absolutely insane. The medicine you have to take so that your body doesn't reject this new organ is like at one point I think you were taking 40 pills about a day.
I wasn't 40,
insane.
but it was about, I'd be doing, well, if you add them all together, I'm not going to go into names of them, but there's a rejection medicine and a rejection infection medicine. So you take a certain number of those every morning and night, and on top of other medications as well. And the good news is after 7 months now, it's been cut down significantly. So I only have to take a much smaller amount, and it's just a routine of every day now. It's like eating an apple or something. It's routine, but I'm doing very, very well.
What have you guys done since you've been out here? I know you went to Schwartz and Sandy's. You guys went to Tom Tom. You did you go by Michael No's event on Saturday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Bert was there.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
I did see you. That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
That was
Yes,
fun,
I did.
man.
Been to Tom Tom's. Went to that
Schwartz and
event.
Sandy's.
Schwartz and Sandy's.
And again, I
To-
need to acknowledge that we had a very healthy conversation, productive conversation about whether or not you feel comfortable in an environment like that. And you're like, it ain't no thing.
Oh yeah,
It's not. You'll never go back to that lifestyle. And
If anyone's when they watch this, I can be around that environment because I'm very mentally strong, and I know that what I cannot do because I'm taking
because you'll die.
Yeah, I mean it's very easy answer. It's I'm not gonna risk anything.
Dog, we're
for I have fun. I've been having fun every day just as much as I think, if not more than people that are doing whatever they like to do.
Yeah,
But
man.
that's a good word for people watching this is you can just be have a good time even without drinking or doing whatever you do. So,
Definitely, I agree with that.
It is.
You can have a great time, be clear, and have fun when you're not drinking. For sure. I definitely had
even
those
if you don't,
moments.
even
it
if
is.
you don't have a drinking problem, it's good every once in a while to go out and make sure you can still have a good time being sober.
Yeah.
Without the aid of alcohol or drugs or whatever. you
Yeah.
know.
And also you remember everything.
Yeah.
That is a nice perk.
It's a good habit to get into every once in a while, to go out and not drink and not do drugs or whatever, because the last thing you want to have happen is the only time you can have fun. And I've seen it with certain people. It's like they can only have fun if they drink and or do drugs.
Yeah.
Otherwise they can't.
They're dependent.
They're dependent on it for their fun. but I mean, I go, there's times I go to Schwartz and Sandy's. I don't drink during the episodes. When we're watching, I'll do that, and then still be there, still be present, still have fun. And it's nice. I like to do that every once in a while, every so often.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I also want to say this to these great people sitting next to me. My brother Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval have been they've been a very good inspiration around me and very positive, and I want to thank them both a lot.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
I appreciate that.
course,
I'm actually
man.
proud of myself
Yeah.
because at one point, like at probably the bleakest moment in your life, and they told me there's nothing they can do, and you're going to hospice. And I pretty much staged a family intervention. I was like, he's not fucking going to hospice to wither away, to waste away. He's too young.
No,
he's got too
no.
much life in him, too much spirit.
No.
too
I
much
always-
light, and we fought like hell to get you out of there. And,
I wasn't going anywhere near a hospice.
Yeah.
It's not my time. I would tell them.
But it was just crazy because that happened. The reason I bring up the family stuff so much, like about this time, it wasn't as like a deflection or to evoke sympathy or grace from the audience. I
No.
was my world got turned upside down. Not to make this about me. This is your moment, but like my dad was in 4 different hospitals. He almost died 10 times, and then he had to go to rehab afterwards. I think it was 8 months. Going home constantly, it caused so much stress on our family. And then right after that, Brandon got diagnosed with testicular cancer, and then he was getting treatment after that. And then right after that, you went to rehab, and they rushed you to the hospital, and they told me that you more or less you're going to die. It just was like it's such a whirlwind, like a year and a half of angst and turmoil.
Jeez.
And dude, it just man, it's like when your family's not doing well. It's really hard to enjoy the small things in life, or to
Yeah, I
be
know.
present, or to, I don't know, some other things just all of a sudden feel very inconsequential.
Yeah, and another thing I want to say to to Sandoval and Tom, and as they know already, but to the people watching is it's be very careful who you socialize with if you're in a situation like this, because there's always going to be an influencer or someone that just make sure you're around the right people and through that healing journey, because it can be an easy little slip up, even not taking your medicine dosage right, or literally you'll be back in the hospital for and you don't want to be back in that situation ever. So that's
You're good on hospitals, aren't you, Bert?
yeah, I'm very disciplined. You gotta just keep track of you gotta stay on top of it, because no one's gonna watch you. You gotta take care of yourself. So I've learned that very, very importantly.
Bert with the glow up.
Yeah.
Robert Schwartz in the house
Yes. So
with a shiny new liver.
yeah, and
How's you feeling, brother?
I feel
Feeling
great.
good?
I feel fine. I've actually in the last it started off. I lost a lot of weight. I was very skinny.
Yeah.
You guys saw me.
Well, I mean, you're definitely a lot leaner than I've ever seen you.
Yes.
I mean,
It's after 7 months I've gained. It takes time. I eat a lot. I mean, a good amount, but I eat healthy, and I drink a lot of water and vitamin C. I drink Boost drinks every day, bananas, yogurt, and also I just have a certain kind of like they'd say a diet, I guess you keep on. But I've gained about probably at least, well, it's not much if you think, but at least 10 or 11 pounds in the past few months, because in the beginning it takes a while to, because of the medicine, it takes a long time to gain weight. So it's, but it's, it affects everyone differently.
yeah.
So that's what the doctors did.
We don't have to dwell on this, by the way, Bert, if you want to take the pressure off you or change the subject, right?
Yeah.
What else can we talk about?
Well, no, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, we recapped the episode earlier with Jason, and but yeah, we just wanted to hear from you, Bert. I hadn't seen you in a while. But yeah, I'm glad to hear you're doing well. You seem to be in a great mental state, which is the most important thing. I feel like to mentally be there, to mentally be doing it and be happy and be content in what you're doing. And I think it's very inspiring, and it's a great message to put out there for people that are, where you were, a year or two ago,
Yes.
that there is a light, there's a way through, and there's also a nice life after that.
Yes. And seek out help, you know?
Yeah.
Don't be ashamed of it. It's a disease.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
And some people, is they they don't like to admit or ever say I'm an alcoholic, but it's I've been to places and no one ever likes to say that, but it's the everyone knows it's the truth. Either that or there is I don't like to get about other people's business, but they're on other drugs, not just alcohol, but it can be anything.
Yeah.
That you're on, But what you were saying, Sandoval, the thing about the mental clarity is very nice because I just I actually do like read more. My brother gets on me, he says about read an entire big book, but I do read, but I have a lot of stuff I like to I like, for example, I like history a lot. I like studying.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite.
You're expanding your horizons
So.
for today for the first time ever. He tried hummus.
Nice. Wow.
Well,
This is a major breakthrough for Bert.
It's not, well, I've tried a lot of new things, a lot of new foods, and yeah.
You're the probably the most adventurous eater. I don't want to shame my brothers, but Brandon pretty much eats cheeseburgers, chicken tenders,
turkey,
pizza, and salad with Italian dressing, and that's it.
Yes.
Sorry, Brandon.
Yeah.
I don't want to put my brother.
Ponderosa it is.
That's true. That is
But
true.
Yeah, man, you're just getting
Very
started,
plain
Bert.
Jane.
You're
Yeah,
just getting started. I'm happy you're here. I love you so much.
I love you, Tom.
Yeah, we
And,
love you, dude.
dude, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Appreciate
really proud
that.
of you.
Dude.
I love you guys. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man.
I've had a lot of support from a lot of friends and family, but especially these guys. It's been mainly from my older brother and his friends, and that's and my family. But that's most of my support, pretty much all of it. So and me, but I got to take some credit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dog.
You did this.
Yeah.
And you look good.
Yeah.
Questionable hat choice. Not my favorite hat.
Oh, dude, come
Oh,
on, man.
Whoever made that probably doesn't have
It looks
great
he's
sense
got-
of style.
He's got class and style.
No, just
Tom
kidding.
loves this hat.
People do dig that hat, and they're always like, "Where can I get one?" I was like, "That's an undropped merch." I mean, can you get that at your
Actually, we
show?
sell it on tour.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bert, happy you're here. I can't imagine life without you.
Yeah, man.
know,
I
I
love
can't
you
even-
so much, and I'm happy you're here.
Yeah,
And
dude.
thanks for sitting down and being vulnerable.
Yeah, man.
Oh
Appreciate
yeah, no,
it.
I've had. It's fine. I don't mind at all. I like talk. I mean, for anyone that would likes to hear this or needs to, it's because I've also had people that like to. They tell me that I went through this. They're looking for someone to talk about it and ask questions about.
Hit Bert up,
So,
Facebook, right? Instagram. What's the Instagram?
It's RJ Schwa on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook. So I'm on both, and
He just got Instagram. Bert, I don't want to blow up your spot, but he's kind of a dinosaur. But it's
I,
refreshing. He had a beautiful quote. He just sent me a beautiful quote on the way home, and I was like, "Why don't you screenshot that?" And he's like, well, "What's that?"
no Sandoval.
I'm sorry. I don't want to blow up my brother's spot.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of endearing, don't you?
Yeah.
He's not chronically online. He doesn't know everything going on. He doesn't use internet lingo.
And he says I'm the only person he knows without an iPhone. Because
Dude,
I have an
That's
Android.
not true.
I have an Android, but it works fine. It works great for me.
Well, anyways, dude, it's been so great having you on here, and I wish you all the best. We'll be checking in on you, obviously, and yeah, man. Maybe maybe if you end up out here, we'll figure out something.
Bert, do you want to speak that into the universe? I can do it for you. Bert,
Well, let him speak out in the
Yeah.
universe.
speak it into the universe. I know you have a vision. You have a dream of moving to Los Angeles. You'd like to
Oh,
work
yes.
in production, maybe as a PA. You said.
Yes, I do. Now that I'm feeling great now, and I'm very healthy and focused. What's next for me now is on this journey is I plan on moving out to LA, and I'd like to work in production. And I like being around. I'm very social. I like talking a lot, but I like being around anything that has to do with filming, shows, TV stuff, or it could be movie stuff, but just anything. But I do like production because I know you can lead from that to there's a lot of things in that you can lead from production to other stuff, and also I've worked in restaurants my whole life, so
He's giving her. He's trying to. Is this the hard sell right now? You don't have to do the hard sell, brother.
That's not a hard. All right.
All right.
No,
So,
but yeah.
so let's manifest you
Let's do
coming
it.
out to L.A.
I like that, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we? Let's. Should we do? How should we?
We just did.
How should we solidify that? Universe, are you listening?
Yes.
Yeah,
You hear that?
so-
Bert wants to move to LA. He needs a roommate and a job. We'll get you. You
Yeah.
can work. I'll get you a job at Schwartz and Sandy's. You could serve.
Yeah, and
But you gotta create your own path.
Yes.
Find your own roommates, and I'll help you along the way.
Yes, and I was again I could work at Schwartz and Sandy's and Tom Tom's, and also as they said, there's other places to work like production as well, and
Hire my brother.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hire Bert Schwartz.
Hire
everybody.
Bert Schwartz.
Yeah, I'm a great employee. I get along with everybody. I'm very social, and I've never had one person say they don't like me. Not to be
Nice.
conceited, but
Tom.
that's true.
Yeah.
Have you ever had someone tell you they don't like you?
Never. But it's hard. It's hard to hear with your head in the sand.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Dude.
all right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Bert Schwartz.
Another episode of Everybody
thank you.
Loves Tom's.
Thank you guys.
Tom's. Everybody loves Tom's.